Hi, everybody. Welcome to our meeting today. How are my favorite new hires doing? Hi, everybody. How are you guys all doing today? I'm doing great. The weather in my area is absolutely perfect. The day was perfect today. I heard it was raining in some of your guys' areas, though. How are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? I know it's only been a week since you started work, but my name isn't Rowa. I'm your buddy at the company. I'm Rachel. Are you feeling all right? I know it's only been a week since you started work, but I think you don't look so good. You don't look so good. You're already not feeling too well? But why would you feel that way? What's so to be scared of at your new job? We're all family here, you know? We're all family here. What's the problem? There's no way you'd feel sick around family, right? There's no way you'd feel sick around family, right? Right? Anyways, yeah, so how's the weather? You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. Yeah, so the weather for me has been great, and I just feel like it's a perfect way to really wrap up and spring into, Q4. It rained. Oh, well, my area's in a drought. You could really send some of that over here to us. Sorry if there's a couple of background noises. It seems the office is a bit busy today. I think these nuts jokes are absolutely inappropriate. That's not very appropriate for the workplace. I don't know what you're talking about here. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you all right? Are you all right? Anyways, well, moving on from that. So, what did you have for lunch? I know we just ended lunch not too long ago. What time is it now? It's what, 5:03 p.m.? Yeah. Well, don't worry about it. Lunch wasn't too long ago, right? 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 What clock? I don't hear a clock. That must be from your end. We're on the Zoom meeting after all. Is there something going on near you? What's going on? What's going on? You had some nice sourdough. Well, as for me, I had some Soylent. I was a little bit busy burning the oil at lunch too, so I couldn't really spare the time to, you know, take a break and eat. But the company, of course, supports my well being, so they gave me a stipend for my Soylent. And after that, I just chugged it. It was the flavorless one. I'm not really into the big flavors. There's no need for all of that jazz and all of that if you're just, eating to sustain yourself. Fried chicken and mac and cheese, 2 egg sandwiches, bacon and potatoes, massive plate of chicken Alfredo. Wow, you had the time to eat that much? That sounds like a proper meal. I haven't had one of those in the workday since you joined. Because, of course, we did have the new hire joining lunch, right? You remember that, right? Silly me. I guess your memory must be a little bad. I'm sure a lot has happened with your first week at work, right? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm your mentor, so I've got you, right? I've got you. Don't worry. I've got your back. If you have any questions, you can always feel free to ask me. I'm on your side, after all. I'm on your side. Uh huh. Anyways, so yeah. So, this is our one on one. And as you know, we have these to make sure that you're aligned with the company goals and to make sure you're settling into the company well. And, you're the only new hire that we've had in a year or two. So you were just that skilled out of all of the competitive pool that we picked you out of. So I'm just really happy that I get to be your mentor of all people. Of course, I won't snitch to HR. We don't have HR because we're all like a family here. There's no need for HR if we're all like a family, right? We're family. We don't need somebody to manage our resources. In fact, the most important resource is all of us. The family, the bonds that we made. Maybe the real treasure was the friends we made along the way. How long have I been working here? Well, I've been here for let's see. Probably about 6 years now. 6 years, yeah. I've been here for 6 years. I was promoted during my second year, but I haven't been promoted since. But that's okay because all of the managers and the heads and the C suite keep saying that we're like family. And I get raises anyways, even if I'm salaried. So it's fine, right? It's fine, right? It's 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 fine, right? Oh, sorry. I'm getting some messages. Let me go ahead and reply to them really quickly. Sorry about that. Yes, we can meet that deadline in an hour. Yes, we can. So Maria just asked us to work on a project. The deadline is in an hour from when this meeting ends. You can do it, right? You can help me out, right? We can work on it together. And by together, I mean I'll tell you how to delegate all the work and you can ask me if you have any questions, right? You can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Yeah. What project? Oh, she's messaging me details about it right now. Just give me a second. Uh-huh. Pitch for the investors. Oh, we've got an important client coming your way. You know, since you're new to the team, maybe it's good that we would put you on these, new hire, these bigger projects at first. We have a client. Have you heard of the currency Rowa coin? They're interested in working with us. I don't know if you've heard of them, but if you haven't, maybe you need to go study up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Of course you were never informed of a project. That's what these mentor meetings are for. I'm only here to give you work after all and to help you with any questions you have. You have some investment with them? Well, that won't do. That'd be a conflict of interest. Looks like you'll have to sell everything. Looks like you'll have to sell everything. We can't have anybody breaking laws here. We're not into money laundering or anything like that, right? Now, how would we get Joe and Bill on this project? You're asking some foolish questions here. How would we get Joe and Bill on this project if Joe and Bill are the CEO and CTO? I know we're a startup and we haven't even gone public yet, but all we need is some investors, and that's why we're looking to partner with RowaCoin. So I'm sure you can help us as our newest, fresh perspective to, get this deal, right? 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 And if you can't, that's okay. I'll help you. Just a bit. If you have any questions, you can always come to me. Always. Don't worry about it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm sure you'll feel a lot better with, me at your side. Was it a good idea to partner with them? I don't know. Well, I'm sure it was. I trust everything Joe and Bill have been saying. Why wouldn't you trust them? Are you doubting our C-suite members? That's a little bit questionable. Between me and you, let me give you some advice. Actually, between somebody who was also hired somewhat recently. You shouldn't say things like that at the firm. They might hear you, and if they hear you, they you might be in trouble. You might be in trouble. So they might hear you. So you should be careful about what you say. You should be careful. There's no surveillance. I mean, depends on how you see it. Family always listens to each other. You know what I mean? So it's not that family doesn't, well, our family would, of course, never really eavesdrop on us, but they're always listening. As they say, the walls in a good family house are thin, right? Right? So, yeah, sometimes I hear everybody else's calls. Sometimes somebody hears our calls. In fact, maybe somebody's listening in through the wall right now, right? Right, right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Exactly. You get it. Of course you can close doors, but the doors here don't have locks. Because we, of course, at our company believe in a nice, equal playing field. Everybody's on the same page here. Well, anyways, with that being said, I'll send you it on Outlook, so don't worry. Don't worry. In fact, I'm pretty sure Maria is just the one sending us emails right now about our new project, so be sure to check on that after our meeting, okay? Got it. You've got the hang of it already. Look at you. Wow, so proud. So proud. All right. Well, other than that, so I don't know. How are you settling into the company? Let me know. How are you doing? How are you doing? Let's talk. Let's be a little candid. Since it's just you and me here, mentor to mentee, right? How's it going? I had a hard time when I first joined too. I know. When did I join again? What year was it? Probably like 2017. But that wasn't that long ago, right? That wasn't that long ago. The company's only been around for 14 years, so we haven't really brought anyone on in a long time. But mm, 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 mm. Think you're about to have a panic attack? That's okay. How about you go to the water cooler and take a break? Although I think the water cooler's empty right now, because they do say hydration is the key. But don't worry, I have my thermos. I'm gonna take a sip right now, and you can live vicariously through me. Cheers! Water is so delicious, especially the water provided to me by the company. There's just something invigorating on it. I really feel the synergy with our work missions. Mm-hmm. You're getting the hang of the Jira tickets, but it's going. Yeah, I know. All of the metrics are on the dashboard, and if you ever need any help walking through it, well, you should be able to understand it because that's what we hired you for. Anyways, but of course, if you don't, then you can always Google it. I'm sure you'll get it in no time. You're smart, right? Mm-hmm. Thanks for the drink. Of course, of course. You should take some water too if you haven't already. When is break? We already had break. Lunch hour was 4 hours ago. Just got an email from Maria. It seems that she's still emailing us about the project. Wait, actually, this one is from Patrick. Good old Pat. Seems like Pat's gonna be out of office soon. How about that? Well. Oh, silly me. It's not even Patrick. It's Jason. Jason's last name is Patrick. That's right, Patrick left 2 years ago. I haven't seen him since. I last time sent him flowers at the get well bed in the hospital, so all about that. But regardless, yeah, Jason's gonna be out of office. Looks like the rest of us will have to make sure he feels really supportive. But he's only on paternity leave. He'll come back in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. Yeah, oh wow, you get it already. Really leading to emergent dynamics to help us reach our goals. Let me go ahead and say congrats to Jason. Congratulations, Jason, on the baby. See you in 2 weeks. If you need it, make sure to use all of your PTO to support Kelsey. Kelsey's his wife, by the way. She's such a darling. She brought us some energy drinks the other day. It was very nice of her. He was in charge of that huge project? Yeah, that's the one we're being handed off to, I assume. That's why Maria wanted to hand it off to us. Yeah, so it looks like you'll be taking over Jason's book of work. Wow, the new hire is so great at all this. So happy for you. Look at you getting a big project as soon as you joined the company. Isn't that great? How many do I have? Got 4 projects right now, which is not that much. During the real busy seasons before the end of the year, sometimes I get up to 10. So 4 is really nothing. They say, let me just give you a heads up about what the higher-ups like to joke about. They say every time you get a new project, it's another hour added onto your workday. Aren't they so funny? But when I had 10 projects, I only stayed until 11. Silly them. That was only an extra 6 hours. How do I juggle those projects? I use Jira. Has nobody onboarded you onto Jira yet? Have you checked anything? Have you done all the trainings? If you haven't, then I think it'd be a good idea for you to. Aren't they due soon? They might be due in an hour since it's been a week. Well, work doesn't wait for anybody. Oh, don't laugh like that. It's okay. You're going to ask for a... Oh, we don't say those words around here. You know, we're like a family. Allowance doesn't go up either. Did your allowance ever go up when you were a kid? Mine only did when I went from elementary school to middle school to middle school to high school. So why would you get a raise in your allowance if you haven't been promoted? That's a little absurd. You're kind of a joker, you know. You should go ahead and tell that joke in the all hands next week. I'm sure everybody will find it really funny. Benefits from the company, or will that be in a few months? Of course. We give you insurance and vision and dental. You know, with my dental insurance the other day, I actually got floss $2 off at the market. It was great. And not to mention, the toothbrushes are $1 off too. It's a really great deal on the insurance. You know, because the company says that if you brush your teeth and floss often enough, you shouldn't have to go to the dentist. And I really believe in that because I haven't had a single cavity since I joined. Crazy stuff, right? Yeah, and as for healthcare too, the company, of course, provides me my Soylent stipend. So because I've gotten all of my nutrients filled with one sip, there's no need for me to go to the doctor. I'm perfectly nutrient. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words a little bit, but I've got all the nutrients I could always need. So what's the problem? There's no problem here. Yeah, so our health stipend is absolutely fantastic. It's great stuff, you know. Speaking about the project, I finished the prep presentation, so you want to look at it? You sent the link in my email? Oh, okay. Let me go ahead and take a look at it right now. Thanks for sending it over. Sorry if you can hear that, by the way. My bad. It seems like Maria's trying to get a hold of me. But we're in our meeting right now, and I would never interrupt it. Don't worry. I value our time together. Hold on. So this is how you think we can align with the managers? Well, I guess those KPIs make sense. Uh-huh. Well, I don't know how much profit this would bring, really. I think... Well, you know what? I think our Rowa coin project will be a little bit more pressing than this, so let's circle back on this next week. It's a Friday after all. I don't want to make you work on something you just turned in. Don't worry about it. I got you. I got your back. Don't worry. Don't worry. That's a very eloquent way to put it, but if we don't show growth in Q4, it is true that, it will be our behinds, our glutinous maximuses, if you will. I would also refrain from cursing because we don't curse in front of family, right? We would never use weekend words and on the weekdays. Exactly. Yeah, so we can circle back on this. I think, well, it's a good first try, given that this is your first deck that you've sent us, but I think that you might need a little bit more revisions on this. And by revisions, let's see, you sent me 23 slides. I think 22 out of 23 of the slides need some work. And the only slide that doesn't need work is the title slide, so we'll have a lot of work to do. You even forgot to put the contact information in the thank you slide, so what are we supposed to do with that, huh? You've got to learn your basics again. Did you really not watch the trainings? There's even a 2x speed button. It's like somebody needs to rewatch them. Parachute a meeting in for next week. Of course. Go ahead and try to put some time on my calendar. I'm a bit busy with the upcoming deadlines coming up, but, you know, I'm sure you can find some time. And if you can't, well, you can always message me on Teams, and I'll respond as soon as I can. Don't worry about it. The contact is on the last slide? No, it's not. Maybe you need to recheck that. Or maybe you sent me the wrong version. Don't worry about it, though. I understand. It happens to everybody. But we'll circle back on it and touch upon it next time. How often am I on Teams? Well, if I'm awake, I'm on Teams. Don't worry, I have the app on my phone. I also have Teams on my phone. I have Outlook on my phone. So if you ever send me something really urgent, I'll always answer. So don't worry. I'm always here to support you because we're all a part of a family, right? Right? So glad to have you here, by the way. I don't know if I've said that yet, but I'm really, really, really glad to have you here. It's really great to have a coworker who's new and fresh, and I'm sure you'll bring a great perspective to the team. And by the way, you crack a lot of jokes too, which, you know, aren't work appropriate, but I'm willing to let it slide just because it's you and me, you know? It's just you and me. I did play the LinkedIn games today. Did you? I played it in between some of the meetings. I had a quick 3-minute gap, so I played some of the games. They were really fun. I really, really, really recommend it. You know, maybe you can fit in a game of cross climb between this meeting and the next. Yeah, we can touch base on this on Monday. Yeah. In fact, why don't you connect with me on LinkedIn? I'll go ahead and send you my queen scores every day. And then if I get to cross climb, which I don't always get to cross climb because it's my least favorite, so I save it for last. But, you know, if I get to cross climb, I'll send you those scores too. We can exchange LinkedIn game scores. It can be our way of bonding outside of work. What's that? You like playing games? Not just LinkedIn games? Oh, sorry, I got an email. Let me go ahead and read that. Uh-huh. Hi, Mauricio. Thanks for taking the time to reach out. Really great to hear from you. We'll discuss details during the working group meeting next week. If you have any further questions, feel free to forward to Karen. Thanks. Best regards, Rachel. I got an email from Mauricio. Between you and me, though, I think Mauricio is going to be... I think Mauricio might be leaving soon. Seems Joe and Bill and, you know, even Maria aren't really happy with his performance. That's life at these kind of places, though. Just call it a quick reduction in force. Yeah, it's a bit tough to, you know, send people away, but sometimes they just go to better places. Plus, Mauricio's been out for a while anyways. Sick leave and whatnot. I think he's faking being sick between you and me. But, of course, who would do that? There's no way we could lie to our family members like that, right? So if you have anything you want to tell me, you can be honest, you can trust me, and I'll believe you every time. Don't worry. He ate your lunch once? Speaking of Billy Bob, I think that was Billy Bob because Mauricio hasn't been at the office in 2 weeks. So I think that was Billy Bob because Billy Bob has a tendency to take what's there is in the fridge, which, well, it just happens. But next time that happens, don't worry. You can have some of my Soylent instead. It's really tasty. I'll give it to you in my shaker bottle. You can have some. I have 4 spare ones at the office, so if you want, you can even take one. I'll give it to you as a gift. A mentor-mentee gift. What clock are you hearing? I don't have a clock in the office. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you okay? You're so funny. Are you playing a joke or something? Are you playing a joke? Oh, because Mauricio's faking sick, you want to follow in his lead? Well, don't do that. You're gonna get fired. Speaking of which, though, speaking of that kind of stuff, performance reviews are coming up. It's gonna be the end of the year soon. So should we talk about that? Do you have any questions? I can go ahead and start talking about it from our end. Yeah, so here at the corporation, we do year-end performance reviews. We get some 360 feedback from everybody to gauge your synergy and align with the rest of the team. And since we're all family here, we give honest, unsolicited, and of course, constructive feedback, which can include a little touch of personality here and there, so we make sure we're not too harsh on each other. But even if we are, that's just how family is, and we all take each other's words very kindly. Do you think we synergize? Of course we synergize. We wouldn't have hired you if you didn't synergize. Or at least, do you think you have some issues with our synergy? If you do, of course, you can feel free to note that in my 360 feedback evaluation form, which, by the way, I'll be sending you a request for, so don't worry about it. If you have anything you want to say, you can go ahead and mention it in my 360 feedback form. Which, by the way, since I mentioned that everybody in the company is family, we can all view each other's feedback. And, of course, it's treat people the way you want to be treated here, the golden rule, so, of course, if you're kind, some kind things may just come back to you. Seems a little strange to have a performance review since I just got here. Well, that's what Joe and Bill say up there, so who am I to say anything like that? They're the head of the house. They're head of the house. Well, it's not, well, no, it's anonymous, but we can all see each other's feedback, so we can add on to it if you like. It's like a forum of some sorts, like a company brainstorming board. In fact, one year, we actually ended up putting up a blank wall in the office. It was actually this wall behind me. Do you see it? That black wall right there. We went ahead and just wrote everybody's names up on the board, and then you could write feedback as a Post-it note on there. But we ended up actually running out of space on the wall, so now we just do it digitally. How often are these reviews? It's year end. Did you not hear me? Did I not say it? Well, it's year end, so it's once a year. And of course, this decides whether or not you'll be up for promotion or not, but you're new, so I'm sure you don't have to worry about that. So don't worry about it. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Me, on the other hand, I've got a couple of things on my plate. So, if you're a great mentee and if you, maybe write some nice things about how I've been really kind to you and helping you adjust to the company, maybe things will go well for the both of us. Because then I can write some nice things about you, and it'd be nice. You know how I got promoted? Actually, sorry. I don't want anybody to listen into this, so let me here, come closer. I got promoted in 2 years because somebody who's not here anymore, they're the ones who gave me a very good review, so maybe if you do the same for me, then I can do the same for you. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of thing. Sounds like a deal, right? I knew I could count on you. Wow. What a great hire we brought in. That's just kind of the things we call favors between family. It's not nepotism, it's just favors between family. Mm-hmm. Did I not get a review? You know, that's... You shouldn't... You shouldn't ask somebody that. Right out of the box. I have a feeling I might need to give you the emotional intelligence training. Usually we only assign that to folks who, are doing more client-facing work, but you might need it for coworker interactions. But don't worry, I'm sure after the training it'll be fine. I just sent it to you. Did you get the email? Great. Great. Of course, I wouldn't hide anything important from my family. In fact, I can even tell you... Actually, I don't even have my Fitbit on. I was going to tell you my heart rate in case you were curious, but my Fitbit is taken off because, don't know, I just wanted to write comfortably without anything on my wrist. Mm-hmm. The boss? Yeah, the boss is upstairs. You can go say hi, but I think he's in the middle of dealing with the Rowa coin clients that we're currently negotiating with. So, it happens. Don't worry about it. But anyways, back to performance reviews. So you've been here for what, 1 or 2 weeks now? And I received some input from Corrine. She's my manager, by the way. Corrine is my manager, which she's up there a bit. And Corrine and I were talking about you and your performance. And it seems that the company isn't... we just think you could perform a lot better. You know, you're very smart and skilled, and you really know your way around an Excel spreadsheet. And of course, maybe you've got some things to be desired with your Jira skills, but with the trainings that you can do, I'm sure you'll catch up in no time. So, Corrine and I were thinking that you might need to work on your professional skills a little bit. You know, develop those hard skills, and maybe some soft skills too. Given that you just asked me about my promotions the past couple years. But that's okay. I'm willing to let it slide. Because we're friends, right? Friends are family, and family are friends, and we're all friends here. Well, if I give you explicit examples of what you worked on, then how are you supposed to improve? You should really do a self-evaluation first. Let's circle back on that next week. So once you do a self-evaluation of how you think you've been performing, Karine and I can look over it, and then I can give you some feedback. Does that sound good? If that sounds good, then I can do that. Yeah? Okay, great. Great to hear. Great. So anyways, but I'm reading this specific point is a little alarming. It says you go offline, or you went offline on Teams last week because you were fishing? I don't know what kind of client fishing is. Could you tell me a little bit more about that? On your day off? What do you mean your day off? You didn't get a day off. Do you mean the holiday that happened last week? Well, we're a family, so we see each other 365 days a week. You needed to take time off. You needed to put time off in the system if you were going to take that day off. Did no one tell you that? What is your manager doing? I'll have to have a talk with Karine about this. Could have sworn you filed leave for that. Well, it's not in the attendance system, so Karine and I were looking at it, but I'll go ahead and talk to your manager about it. Sure, they'll know. Maybe they need to give you a couple of links on how to work the office a bit. The system never messes up. We don't really even have a system. We keep everything on our honor-based Google Sheets. I don't know why you're talking about a system all of a sudden. Are you not familiar with, how bookkeeping and whatnot works here? The accountants just use the sheet. And I'm pretty sure you did it on purpose because, your out of office message was, if I've gone missing, I've gone fishing. So what does that mean? That sounds a little too purposeful, you know? But I just wanted to have this conversation with you so you aren't too blindsided when your manager has that talk with you. What clicking are you talking about? Is everything all right? You could take a quick sick break. If you're really feeling that bad, then I guess you can take a quick sick break. I can watch over your computer for an hour and you can sleep on the ground. It's very comfortable. I've done it all the time. It's a joke from your old workplace. We were all big fishers. Oh, I see. Well, every company's a little different, but we don't have that kind of work culture here. Anyways, but if you have any questions about that, I'm sure Corrine would be happy to be pinged and whatnot. So feel free to go ahead and ping her if you want any feedback. Her calendar's all booked out though until January 2025, excuse me. Where has the time gone, am I right? But her calendar's all booked out until January 2025, so you'll really just have to Teams ping her. She has meetings from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So, and after that, she has to go home to take care of her elementary schooler. Ever since she's really, ever since our kid's gone to elementary school, it's like she hasn't really had time for me either. So I doubt you'll be able to get some time on her calendar even if you tried. So just try pinging her. A word of advice from me to you, Yeah. Don't worry though. You'll adjust soon. I know it's a bit tough to adjust to a new company like this, but I believe in you. You got this. There's no way that you can't handle everything that we're throwing at you. Because you're competent, you excel at your work, you really align with the team. We really harmonize and synergize together. And, after the 7 rounds of interviews we did with you, we really thought you would be a great fit. Parking? No, we don't have a parking structure. Why do you need a parking structure? Have you been going home? You're so silly. We all have lockers here. And the nap room is right there, too. You've been going home? No wonder people keep saying you've been missing in action. You're lucky no one's noticed yet. You're really lucky no one's noticed yet. But between you and me, they already set out a cot for you in the nap room, so I would just use that. You should just, leave your car at home. You didn't realize we actually use the lockers? Of course we do. Of course we do. I even decorated mine. Of course we go home at the end of the day. Home is where the heart is, and my heart's always at work. Not yours? We're all like a family here. So that's where it is, right? You're such a jokester. Well, you're such a jokester. This is your new home, silly. You don't even have to pay rent. The company is so freaking... Oh, excuse me. That wasn't a appropriate word. The company is very, very, very accommodating to anybody and everybody. Equality for all, Joe and Bill just sleep over in the next room. It's great. Nope. No rent. You don't have to pay any rent at the company. My parents? They came to visit 7 years ago. They came and brought everybody some snacks, and I said goodbye to them, and we hugged. It was great. Fantastic. I'll be calling them, of course, when the holidays come around. For the holidays on Christmas, we all get like a nice 3-hour break to, call all of our families. All the meeting rooms get booked out, so we phase out. So, of course, nobody leaves the workstations unmanned. But it's very nice for them to give us, a nice, like, 3-hour chunk for us to call with our families. It's quite nice. Mm-hmm. 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 What's this unite you're talking about? The only unite we're doing is uniting, of course, in the meeting rooms and uniting on our perspective and aligning our horizons. Of course, the company's only goal is to broaden our horizons and expand and, serve as many clients as we can. Driving profit, bringing results to the table. That's, of course, our purpose and what we unite for every single day. Right? Fantastic. You've got the hang of it already. Fantastic. The switch? Oh, do you mean the standing desk switch? Well, of course that's under the desk. Have you never used a standing desk before? Did nobody tell you that we have standing desks? We got the update like 3 weeks ago, actually. It was quite nice of them. Quite nice of them. We have the whatchamacallit? We have the gym and the showers, so you can go ahead and use that if you need to. And of course, we have the corporate fridges and the kitchen with we got a stove recently, which is quite nice. And a couple of microwaves too. We've really got everything here. And that's a new office update. It seems that we've gotten they got us an espresso too, like a Keurig. That's lovely. That's lovely. So I'm sure you'll love it here. I guess nobody gave you a tour of the office. We were quite busy last week closing the deal, so I get it. But don't worry. You can ask your manager to give you one. I've got something on my calendar after this, so don't worry about it. But anyways, is there anything else you want to talk about? If not, I can give you 10 minutes back of your time. But if there's nothing else, then don't worry about it. I can just why don't I hear that clicking? Are you all right? I would tell you it's okay to take a break, but remember Maria gave us that project, so I don't think you can. I'm actually quite worried for you. Maybe it's just like a new adjustment thing. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But anyways, if not, then I'll just go ahead and give you this time back. Thanks so much for taking the time to meet with me, of course. And if you have any questions, you can feel free to ping me on Teams, okay? Are you sure you don't have any questions? Last call. If not, then you'll just have to reach me on Teams. Since we have an extra 10 minutes, then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play some LinkedIn games. It'll be great. It seems like I'm getting a call, actually. I think I'll need to hop off. Okay. It seems that this is a bit urgent. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off. Thanks for everything, okay? Thanks. We'll go ahead and circle back next week. Yeah. I'm getting multiple calls. Okay. I will see you next week. Let's circle back then, all right? Yeah, we'll circle back, touch base then. If you have any questions on how to synergize or align with anything in the company, you can always feel free to ping me on Teams. You can even at me if you want, but they all go into the same inbox, so honestly, don't bother. I mean, of course you can reach out to me on Teams. I'll always be here to support you, because we're all family. Okay. Well, all right. I'll see you next week, okay? Have a great weekend. Or maybe I'll see you around the nap room first. Well, regardless, I'll see you next time. Bye!